Well, as I mentioned, it's going to be yourself, the Heart Foundation against Dino Bravo and the Rougeos here. The Rougeos are managed by Frenchy Martin, who I believe you mentioned before that you were buddies with. And actually, Bruce Pritchard has credited Frenchy Martin with teaching him how to smoke marijuana on an airplane. Any chance Frenchy showed you that trick, Jim?
I never would do something like that in my life. Jeez, right. I was with the Freebirds long before I met Frenchy, man. We did it when we were landed, so they threw us off the plane though, and they had me and the three birds up against the wall at the Dallas Love Field. But Gordy was able to flush it, man. So yeah.
Oh my gosh.
That's the story I heard anyway. But Frenchy, no. Yeah, Frenchy, he was a lot of fun, man. He'd go through the X-ray machine, and if there was an X-rated bookstore, he'd buy every kind of contraption you can have. And have in his bag, you know. Of course, they open it up and be like, "Oh my God, what's this for?" And then we get the baggage carousel, right? Frenchy, he wouldn't look like one of the boys. He dressed like a straight guy. You know, everybody else was in sweats, you know, long hair. You know, he looked like everybody's 300 pounds back then. But Frenchy didn't look like one of the guys. And he'd have that bag on the carousel, and he'd hold on to it. He'd let it pull him, and then he'd take a bump, and the bag pop open, and everybody would run over to help him.
And all that stuff is in there.
All that stuff. Frenchy. Then he had the false teeth. He used to click them together. Man, Frenchy was a lot of fun on the road. Yeah, he was. And I think we did the Sky Dome together. Me and Dino and Frenchy was carrying a flag. Yeah.
Anytime anybody talks about Frenchy, they always say the same thing, and that's just he was hilarious and a great guy and fun to be around. So yeah, I love hearing it. Any opportunity to hear stories about him are great.
Yeah. Guys who make the fun road, because you're on the road all the time back then. You know, you didn't have days off. Of course, back then you didn't have a contract. You didn't work, you didn't get paid. You know, so if you were working an angle and they wanted you to work 50 days straight, I'm working 50 days straight. So you got to make your own fun on the road sometime. Man, and that's why surprisingly guys don't pop more often. You know, because you got all the pressure of the job, you got all the pressure of the road. I mean, yeah, surprisingly, more guys didn't have trouble.